Hi, I'm Deanna Sittner, and I'm going to be talking about Google Sites for AEP 873. And this tutorial would be used for the purpose of helping both my students and or colleagues in setting up a Google site and getting some of the basics that would allow them to get their site up and running. So to get to Google Sites, you would need to go to your Google Drive or your Google Suite. So here you can see all your different choices, and you're going to click on Sites. When you click on Sites, it's going to allow you to come over here and hit Create, or you can go to the new Google Sites. Basically, there's a classic and the newer version. And in looking at both, I decided that I was going to go ahead and use the newer version. So you can click on New Google Sites. And once you get there, it will pull up anything that you have already created. In looking at these and figuring out how to do this, I went ahead and started one that I would like to use for my classroom. But for the purpose of showing you how to get one started, to create a new one, you would come down here to the red X or plus, and you would click on that, and there is your site. So the first thing you'd probably want to do is to come up here and title your site, and you can just simply type in your title. So I'm just going to put in class site as a practice. And then you can come down here and click on your title. There are many different themes that you can use. If this is not the one that you want, you can click up here on themes. You can use some different ones that they have over here. I wish they would have a few more options, but there's still quite a few that you can choose from. I actually decided, rather than just changing the simple theme, I wanted to change the image of my background. So to do that, you can come over here and click on Change Image, and then you can either upload an image or select an image. So if you go to upload an image, you're going to get anything here off of your own computer, so you can pull something that you have saved. If you come down here and hit select image, it's going to hook up to anything in your G Suite, so your Google Drive. So if you want to come over and click on Google Drive, you can now choose anything that you have uploaded to your drive. So for me, I wanted to use a picture of my students, which I had taken. So if I click on the one that I want and hit select, it will then change your background to your picture. If that's not something you want, you can simply do it again. You can always hit that back arrow to undo or to redo. So you can change your mind frequently without too much worry or stress. Once you've got that, you can click in here and put your title. So class website, I'll just title it. And then you can, of course, change that a bit by making it title or heading. This is mainly just size. Once again, I do wish that there were a few more choices. I did find that you can come up here and click on themes, and I guess I already have them open here, but you can click on these different themes if you want a slightly different font. And if you click on one, then it will allow you to click on font style. There's still just a few choices that you can use, but there at least are some choices. If you want to trade around or just play around and see what you like, you can do that. And then when you come back over here, something else you can do is you're going to probably want to insert possibly a text box. For me, what I'd like to do is I want to have this be our class website, and I actually want my students to work on this. So I've actually been hunting for something, and this seems to be the perfect thing for them to do this on. Because while I can create the site, I can also share permission for the kids that are going to work on it so that they would be able to go in and work on this, and then we will share it with the email addresses of our parents. So it will just be our parents who are getting in and looking at our class website. So I came over here and just clicked on a layout. You can choose any different layout that you would like for yours, depending on what you want to do with it. I'm just going to choose this single one. Looks like I've actually got several going now, but that's okay. I can get rid of them if I want to. So anything in here, if you want to click on there, you can upload. You can upload a page, a form, an image. You can upload anything from your drive. You could upload a video, even a copy of your calendar. So if you had a calendar of events set up for your classroom, you could insert that here. So many choices. Again, I have a lot in my drive. So a lot of times I might go over to my drive. And when you get to your drive, you can obviously choose things from your own drive or a team drive or something that was shared with you. If you keep going over here, you can go to recent. So you have a lot of different choices here. I'm just going to choose something from my drive here just so that I can show you. So I'm going to click on this calendar and hit insert, and then hopefully there it goes, is going to show up there. To change the size, you can simply drag the little blue dots to allow you to change sizes. If you decide that that's not something that you really wanted to be in there, you can click delete and insert something else. I think this is going to be the perfect tool for my students to go in and be able to add things for our website. So for example, I'm going to hit insert here, and I'm going to grab from my drive, and I'm going to choose recent. And I did have my kids worked on some articles. So for example, they worked on a student spotlight with some of my students. So I can click on that and hit insert. And that's going to show up there. And then I'm going to have to size it so I can get everything in. So again, just dragging and dropping, and then you have exactly what you want there. If there's things that you want to get rid of, you can simply drop those in the trash or click the trash. So there are a lot of endless options here that I think that this is going to be a great format to use for a class website. One of the best things, of course, is that everything you do is automatically saved here in your drive. So you don't have to worry about saving it, and my kids won't have to worry about whether they saved it before they got out. Now, if you come over here and click on Share with Others, you can change who has access to this. So if you would come over here, you can choose, I can choose that anyone at my school district or anything, or anyone just with the link or public if I wish. So I would be able to either send a link to my students so they can get on. And then, of course, you can also change what they can do once they do get on. So probably the easiest way for me, I would probably just put here the name or the emails of my students that I want to work on my site. And then if you come over here, you can choose whether they're just viewing or whether they're editing. So my students who are working on the blog will be allowed to edit. And then all the other students, when we send this out, and then the parents will just be allowed to view. So we're going to get out of here. And I think that kind of gives at least a good idea. One last thing I will show you is that I do like that you can kind of preview and see what it's going to look like. If you hit the little eye here, you can look and see. One of the main reasons that I did choose the news sites is because it does allow you to use this on mobile devices so that parents can view it on a mobile device. Since I think a lot of my families and parents are using a mobile device, that's probably going to be helpful. So you can choose from like your tablet, your computer. Now on this one, you can see that I've got some issues and things that I would want to clean up, as like maybe our heads are cut off, and I can move those things around and clean that up just a little bit. If I come back over here and click on the home site, you'll now see that I have my test one that I just did here called class website. And then I can also choose the one that I already started in practicing and kind of working with this a little bit. So I've already got just a little bit of a start so that I could have my kids kind of just kind of take off and run with it. So hopefully that gives you a good idea of how to work with and start up a Google site. Good luck.